Welcome to Community Cocktails with Kimberly, hosted by Kimberly Woodard, a realtor for nearly 20 years with Ebby Halliday Realtors. Join her every first and third Wednesday of the month as she meets with the top community influencers to help you get to know the area you want to call home. Don't just love your home, love your community. And now, your host, Kimberly Woodard.
Welcome, viewers, to this episode of Community Cocktails with Kimberly. We have such a treat for you. I have a gentleman here who has made a huge impact on our community and started this great organization, and I can't wait to share his story. Lance, welcome with Streetside Showers.
Thank you, Kimberly. I really appreciate the opportunity. It's good to be with you here today.
Yes, so let's talk about Streetside Showers. We were talking earlier before the show started, and wow, what an organization. So let's talk and tell the community, what you guys do.
Sure. No, thank you. What our mission is pretty simple, is to bring hope and help restore human dignity in the form of a hot shower and personal hygiene care. So it's pretty straightforward. What we do is what our goal is to bring a hot shower to the homeless community, to people that are kind of struggling, that need a shower, and we're grateful to be able to provide that service for them.
Definitely. And when we were talking about this, so the organization started in your hometown, McKinney.
Yep.
And, because you saw that need. And no one really thinks about suburb McKinney, Texas,
right,
as a homeless, an area where there's homeless or the need. They think of it as more of an affluent, suburb.
Yeah. It's just one of those interesting things, a little over 5 years ago, I knew that there was a need in homelessness in our communities. But you don't really, sometimes it's just in the shadows and it's not something you really pay attention. But one day I was in a bathroom, in a public bathroom, and there was a gentleman that was experiencing homelessness, and he was just washing out of the sink. And, it was just one of those moments that I remember seeing his face, and he was just shaving. He was just trying to get clean. Yeah. And I thought to myself that day, gosh, wouldn't it be great? What a difference would it make if he was able to be able to take a hot shower? He was just trying to get clean.
Yeah.
So I walked out of that bathroom that day, just really decided, let's really help. And I'd love to I've been in McKinney 16 years, and love my city and what we do. But I noticed that there was a need because there wasn't access to any kind of public showers or any need to help people to get clean. So that's really when I really started Streetside Showers.
Wow, that's fantastic. Just, walking into a public bathroom and seeing, that there is a need out there. Yeah. And then, wow, you started.
Yeah, it's just, it's great because it just, you pay attention. You know, I think acts of kindness are really important, and it's very important for all of us to take those steps, and everybody can show act of kindness.
Right.
That kindness in that day, it just kind of hit me pretty hard.
And so, that was your calling. That was your calling. And
absolutely.
That was the sign. And that was, and I always say you were given a sign from above as you need to start this.
Yep. And there was that day. Yes, absolutely.
Wow. So let's talk, you guys have grown tremendous, offering, your services to several, suburb cities in our metroplex that people wouldn't have thought of, that would be in the need.
Yeah, I mean that's really, I guess I kind of knew in the back of my head that when we first started that maybe there was a bigger need that we were going to have to tackle in the long run.
Right.
And so, I started Streetside with a 2-stall shower trailer just to help meet the needs of our folks in McKinney. Mm-hmm. Well, then as we really started exposing the need and seeing that there was just not just our city, but other cities, other cities had reached out and they said, we're seeing a similar trend where folks that are experiencing suburban homelessness don't have access to showers, and I had many folks, cities reaching out to me.
Right.
Help us out. What do you do? What services? And so the beauty about what we do at Streetside is we're mobile, and that was really kind of the design of Streetside, is that not just a brick and mortar building, but we can actually take the shower to them.
Yes.
And that's where our success is. We've seen the success is because everything we do, our services are on wheels.
Right. Yes. I experienced it myself as a volunteer at your Plano location. They rolled up the showers, and you guys are like a machine. You pop up the tents and get all the goodies out, and then they have a food tent set up and clothing truck come in, and it's like within a matter of minutes you have a whole little village set up for these people.
Yeah, yeah, it's the traveling shower show, I
Yes.
guess. I mean, well, again, what we're doing is just trying to be able to meet those needs, and just by doing showers, then we were really primarily focused on that, and then give everybody socks and underwear. But
Right.
then clothing became an obstacle because a lot of our guests were trying to get jobs, and they were getting interviews, needed a fresh, clean pair of clothes.
Right.
So that's when we just started. We call it Streetside Closet. So we have a mobile clothing truck that we use. But then also, one of the other things we started noticing more and more was food insecurity,
Yeah.
where it just access to food was a little bit more challenging. And so that's why we started partnering with different grocery stores, different food entities. So that way, so folks really could just come, and we give them a nice shower, we give them a fresh pair of clothes, and then they also have something to eat.
Yeah.
And so if we can meet the physical needs, we found that that's been a really big thing, because then it settles them down. Everybody always feels better after a shower.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Exactly. I mean, you think about yourself, maybe you've had a long day at the office, or just a long day in general, and going into your bathroom and jumping in the shower, and how you feel when you get out, it's like you're a whole different person.
Yes. Well, that's the thing. You think about how many times a day, or how often do you take a shower,
Right.
how easy it is. And that's part of really behind the scenes with Streetside, is we noticed that it was an obstacle. It was not easy, and people didn't have access to hot water. They didn't have access to a shower. And so they didn't have really, and honestly, a shower is not really a luxury item. It's just a basic human need.
Yeah.
But it was a major obstacle for folks that were just really trying to help. And so that's where, a shower is something very easy for us in a home that we just take for granted.
Right.
Because you walk in, you just take a shower, and you're done, you feel better.
Yeah.
But folks that are struggling with homelessness, it's a big deal. And many of them even say it's the best day of their week, because they look forward to a shower.
Exactly.
So it's exciting. It's really humbling in a lot of ways to meet those needs, just to really help folks.
So on average, because I didn't count how many people we serviced when I was there helping out in Plano, but on average, how many people do you service at one of your city stops?
Yeah, that's a really good question, because the need has grown. Right now, we're probably averaging 200 to 300 showers per week.
Wow.
We're running 8 weekly locations. We have 3 shower trailers here in Texas, and so each site, it depends. But average we're probably running 25 to 35 showers.
Okay.
Of folks that would come and would get a shower each week. Some of them are unique individuals we see each week that they're really been on the streets. Some of them we may only see a couple times, but on average, but it has been growing. We're seeing the need more and more, and so being able to help people get a shower. But since we started Streetside, honestly, we started Streetside back in 2017. We provided over 24,000 showers.
Wow. Well, using my experience, and if you guys are looking for a volunteer opportunity, this is the organization. This organization is so great. I had my son with me, so he got to see something, that typically, I think sometimes it's good for the kids to volunteer and do things for others, and just see another realm of life, because I think we all get in our own little bubbles and just don't realize the other things. We hear about it, but we don't actually experience it.
Yeah.
And then them seeing how happy it was just when they were giving the individuals, you do your hygiene kits, and they all get a hygiene kit, and they had like their towels and their washcloths and their hygiene kits, and all together for them, and how happy that person was to get that and be able to go and get cleaned up. So
yeah, and what I also love too, we're meeting a basic human need, but also we're bringing communities together, just for you and your son. We really like to provide a great experience. Not only we're meeting a need for our homeless guests, but also people. We have hundreds of volunteers, that want to serve their community. They'll again love their own city. And so our shower service is just a tool that also I love. It brings people together, brings families together, opportunities where, like for you and your
Yeah.
son, you got to experience something together
Right.
to really meet a need. And it's very much a life-changing experience. It really is.
Yeah.
And so that's what we love. And it's a big thing because when you're helping your city, but also you're building community, and you get to kind of to meet the needs and of your
Yeah.
own city, which we love.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, so let's talk about the cities.
Sure.
You've got McKinney, you've got Plano,
Yep, and we
you've got
run Garland,
Garland,
and Irving.
Irving.
We run in Denison,
Uh-huh.
and we run in Denton. So
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it is. And each side, Plano, we run two trailers in Plano.
Yeah.
And then also we run in McKinney on Saturdays. But each day we run two trailers to a location. And, we're like a bus stop, same
Yep.
place, same time. And that's really the consistency of our shower service. That's really been the strength of Streetside because our guests know they can count on us. We
Yeah.
run rain or shine. We run through the winter. Their need for a shower doesn't change on the
Right.
weather.
Right. Right.
Just
Right.
because it's maybe hot outside or maybe cold, you
Yeah.
still
You still
enjoy
need
hot.
that,
You still
yes.
want to be clean.
Right.
So-
Well, and you're again back to my experience. I mean, we saw the people there, lining up, getting ready because they were one of the first ones in line. They got first to shower
Yes.
too. So
Yeah.
there is something to that. And by the time if the ones that were first, by the time they showered, they got to go eat. But I thought you guys really have it working at a machine. You've got like people in, you've got the timer set, they get like 20 minutes, I believe, which is plenty of time. They get cleaned up because you've got to service other people as well. And then a lot of them would get out of the shower and then go and eat. And then some, if they were at the end of the line, they'd eat first and then shower.
Yeah, it's a smooth process because again, I think it's important to be organized,
Yeah.
and also the organization brings stability even for our guests.
Right.
Because we like the things to be organized, neat, and so we really people ask me why 20 minutes. We've really honestly 20 minutes was just kind of we started with different
Yeah.
time frames because if we're going to shower 30 or 40 people,
Right.
we want to keep people moving. I mean,
Yes.
it's not like it is nice, it's not like the spa where you can stay in all day. And although some of them wish they could stay in all day, but when we first started Streetside, we were trying to hone in, kind of some of these logistics. And what stuck out to me is one time we had a gal that was on the street, and she was just wanting to take a shower. And then one of the things she looked at me and she said, do I have time to shave my legs? And that was something that we really kind of here was a girl that was struggling. And, she just wanted to feel like a girl again and
Right.
just to clean her hair with some nice shampoo and some nice conditioner,
Yeah.
but to even shave her legs. And
Yeah.
so that's where we were like, okay, we want to give people enough time so that way they can go in and that 20 minutes that they're in there gives them time to really enjoy using the bathroom.
Oh, definitely.
Meet the needs, brush their teeth, shave, just have a few minutes. We actually even play music in the shower trailers.
Yeah.
One of the things that's pretty neat. You'll be standing out there sometime and you just hear them singing in the shower, and so that to me, because again, they are maybe some of their problems go away
Right.
for just about
About
20
20 minutes,
minutes.
yeah.
So they could get in there and get a shower and maybe just that 20 minutes apiece is really what we're trying to do, restore some of that dignity. And so it's really a good thing. And so we're really happy to do it.
Wow. So let's talk about, you guys are looking to expand, but with expanding, you need help out there. So let's talk about what the needs that you guys need
Sure.
consistently.
Yeah, and we're continuing to grow.
Right.
We will continue to raise money to add more shower trailers, but we also, just increasing our volunteer. I tell folks all this time, I can't do this by myself.
Right.
We have a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of need, and so we want to continue to service more cities as we're able to.
Yeah.
And as we're able to gain more volunteers, and we can grow even as staff. I'm always interested as we're able to raise money.
Yes.
We're a full nonprofit, public charity, 501c3 through the IRS. And so, as we raise money, we can hire some staff members to drive trucks, drive trailers, and also have some volunteers that do that as well. So that'll allow us to service more cities.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Growing, expanding, and servicing more people, giving them what they need back in the community. So, there's on your website, I know you do, when we talked about, like hygiene kits, there's a great thing for donations. I know one of my organizations is working on doing that for y'all. And we're putting that together as one of our meetings. And so if those are always things I know that you need, because you go through, if you're doing 200 plus, you're going through that many hygiene kits a week. So
our needs change, and that's why I encourage folks, visit us on streetsideshowers.com on our website. We're also all over social media on Facebook and Instagram, Twitter. Stay in touch with us because our needs change, and so there might be seasons where we need more deodorant, we need foot powder, we need hygiene kits, we need shampoo, and just think about what you have in your bathroom. Those are our needs all the time, and so we ask folks to be in touch, stay in touch with us. We give our guests a fresh pair of underwear, so that way there's nothing probably more refreshing than how you take a clean shower and now you put on a fresh pair of undergarments. And so that's the dignity piece that we've added. So we're always needing underwear. We do boxer briefs for the men. We do cotton bikini underwear for the women. And then also clothing, ongoing. Now our clothing needs change with the seasons.
Right. Yes.
So in the middle of summer, we don't need sweatshirts. we need t-shirts. But now,
well, this summer you need light bear tanks.
Texas heat, yes. Texas heat. We've gone through a lot of t-shirts, but now we're seeing a break in the weather. So now as we go into the winter, coats, hats, gloves, those sorts of items. So really common sense, what are some of the things we need? So I ask folks, stay in touch with us. You can shoot us an email and ask us, if you would like to do a hygiene drive or your organization would like to help. We can always give you a list of our current needs at that time.
Oh, that's wonderful. We have all their contact information on my podcast, their website, so you guys can go out there and visit it and, donate either items, money, or your time, or all three.
We'll take all three, yes.
It's like, please. But again, I think it's just such a phenomenal thing you guys are doing for the community.
Thank you.
And it's people like you that really make our community grow and just make this place the best place to be living.
Yes, absolutely.
So, it really is. How many people are really, doing these things and starting? And again, I love this story of how you it was a sign.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We work very hard and one of the greatest things that we could do is see someone, across the finish line where, I share Byron's story. Byron was a gentleman that was coming to our Denton and Plano stops, and so he was working and got hired at Dart. Dart was hiring, and that's a great thing because we really, when they start feeling better about themselves, then they can take the next step to go get a job. So Byron gets hired on at Dart, and one of the most beautiful things for us is he was able to get a good job. He was able to get his finances in order, but then most importantly, he was able to get an apartment because he was able to get off the streets.
Yeah.
And so probably one of the greatest compliments, one of the greatest rewards that you can give Streetside is when our guests come up to us and say, thank you for being there for me, but I don't need you anymore.
Aww.
And so, and when they say they don't need us anymore, that means that, I'm going to be okay.
Yeah.
And then we hug their neck and we say we love you and we care for you. But then many times we don't see them anymore. And that's a beautiful story.
I love that.
So
like
they found their own shower. And they found their own shower and they have their own shower. So, it's kind of a bittersweet thing because you develop a relationship with folks, but you also celebrate with them because we were able to cross the finish line with them,
I love that. And again, I think everyone, if you can have some time in your schedule, go out and see what they have, what they're doing out there. Spend a few hours volunteering. There's some remarkable people you're going to meet. And again, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And cheers to Streetside Showers and the continuous growth.
There we go. All right.
Thanks for tuning in. If you'd like to contact Kimberly with your real estate needs, you can reach her at kimberlywoodard.ebby.com. We hope you enjoyed our guest this week, and remember, don't just love your home, love your community.